What's going on, everyone? It's Semp. Welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while. Definitely, it's been a while since you've heard this voice. I would say about a month. Things have just been really busy, and with the lack of news and stuff, I just kind of went into a rut where I didn't know what to make, didn't know what to create. I wasn't sure what everyone wanted to see. And then we got the Kang news, we got casting news, we got a lot of news. I actually just dropped the podcast. I'm recording this tonight at this is on Tuesday. I'm sorry. Monday, September 21st. Usually my YouTube videos are real structured, but this one I just kind of hit record and let's see what happened. Last night was big. The Emmys was on and WandaVision dropped. Finally, we got a trailer. So I'm actually just clicking play here right now. I mean, I've already seen it, but I'm just going to drop my opinions and thoughts on it. I also have a couple of theories. I haven't really worked them out yet though. So, I mean, it starts off with the television with the Marvel Studios logo, and then it fades out. That's basically just saying, look, Wanda's here. This is her reality warping abilities. The show is it WandaVision, like television, or is it Wanda's vision? And I think from that, what you're gonna see is just Vision's gone. I don't think Vision is gonna exist whatsoever, whether outside of this reality or inside the reality. So I think what you're just going to see here is basically, and we already kind of know this, so I'm sure you guys already know this too. The show is just her creating these false or, this own reality for her. But it gets very interesting with Agatha Harkness here, which we'll touch on in a bit. And like we see here, I mean, it starts off in the 50s. There's 9 episodes, right? So the other shows, there's said to be 6 episodes an hour each. I think what we're going to get from the 9 episodes is actually a few just straight up sitcoms. And I think that's what the first episode is going to be. I think the first episode might actually be very underwhelming to some people just because, yes, it's in black and white, which I know that, I mean, for me, that's cool. But, I don't think people are expecting just a full sitcom episode, like a half hour. But I think that's actually what we're going to get. It's going to be interesting to see if they put post credits at the end of every episode or, just at the end of the last episode. But I can see a scenario here where we actually get, the first sitcom episode. Let's say it's like between 20 and 40 minutes. Or maybe they do a double where we get a sitcom episode and then number 2, it's like that full hour. And it shows more of like the behind the scenes, kind of more of what's going on outside of that reality with Sword and such. So interesting to see what we're going to get there. You can also see too within this 50s style, the animation that they use on Vision. It's actually what they used back in the day. So it's kind of, they're kind of styling it for each decade. So when Vision's face turns, to the human form, that style of editing is just, what they used to use in the 50s, which in my opinion, I love how Marvel's doing all those little details. We can then see her at the dinner table. And I don't know if this is the dinner table episode that everyone was talking about that's confirmed, but then you start to see the dinner starts to glitch out, right? So all of a sudden the guy, he just starts smacking, and then you see Wanda, she kind of gets almost she's like suspect of the whole thing, and then so is Vision. And this is kind of where the Agatha Harkness character comes into play. I don't truly know if this is Wanda's full reality or full vision. So what I mean by that is, yes, it's her vision because that's the show, right? It's her potential life that she could have had with Vision. But Agatha Harkness, she has to play and I don't know who's the true villain. I would assume right now it's kind of her. Or maybe the Vision is actually Wanda herself. Her mind is the actual villain. It's very interesting. I mean, but you can see here in the 60s episode, we get the color. She starts reality warping from that 50s style to the 60s, as I just said. And then you see the 2 kids, Wicket and Speed. I'm very excited to see them. I think they're going to be a huge addition to the MCU, not only in Young Avengers, but moving forward in every other type of aspect. And then you see the Halloween outfits. You see Wanda in her Scarlet Witch outfit. And then Vision, he gets the throwback. And then here, you see Vision, he looks normal, right? He looks like he's in the real world. It's still that reality. I wonder if this is the Halloween episode where everything starts to go crazy and glitch out. And I think that's where you're going to be able to tell the reality from the main world. So later in the trailer, we do see that Monica Rambeau gets thrown out. But besides that, I don't think we're going to see that every time. I think the way they're going to show the main timeline compared to her reality is actually this glitch effect and the reality warping. So here you get Vision, and this is the first time we see Agatha in her witch costume, which this once again plays on the Halloween aspect of the episode, but also in her actual character, right? And then he touches her, she basically gets zapped. She was frozen, or what we seem to be glitched. And then she goes,
I did.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds with how Vision fully understands that, or I don't know. I really don't see him coming out of this and moving forward in the MCU. And I think this is obviously his last project. We're going to find out. And back to what I was saying before about Agatha, right? She's playing that witch, that kind of Salem Trials type of vibe. And we've seen that in leaked set photos. I think she's actually in control of the reality. Or if she's not in control, she has to be playing a part in it somehow. Because she knows where she is, as it seems like in this scene. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays a role. I mean, once again, I'm completely shocked with this trailer. When I first saw it, I'll be honest, I was like, I mean, this is cool, but I kind of wanted to see more. And then thinking back at it, I'm glad they didn't show us much, right? I mean, we want to be shocked. We want to be excited. Each episode should show something completely new, something we didn't look forward to or that we didn't see coming. And I think this is what this trailer does. It kind of shows you, okay, here's the well, not the plot, but here's where they are. Here's the setting. They're in a sitcom. There is some normal stuff that happens. And then all of a sudden at the end here, bam, this is where you get hit with that multiverse style depiction. And I tweeted about this last night. I said, I don't know if the MCU, well, I don't know they're going to handle it, but I was nervous but also excited to see how they depict the multiverse or the changing between realities. And it looks good, honestly. I mean, we see Wanda's warping, as we mentioned already, but then we see Monica Rambeau here, and she gets flung across, right? And if you actually slow down the video and pause it, you can see that there's Wanda's power, or whatever you want to call her, that red glow. And I have to look that up. I feel so dumb not knowing what the actual term is. But it's all around Monica, right? And then you see, bam, she like flies through this pixelated portal almost. And it looks very different from the movies, obviously, in Doctor Strange. And I'm a big fan of it. All those nerves I had before, well, not nerves, but all those, questions I had of, can they handle this? What is it going to look like? Is the multiverse depiction going to look stupid? This looks great here. And then you see the Storm team, the FBI agents come up, and then finally the last clip, or should I say second, it's not even a clip, it's literally a frame. You see Monica and she looks over at the camera, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole trailer. But I mean, it shows a lot at the same time as showing nothing at all. And what I mean by that is, on the surface, like, yes, there's not much, but if you think about it, I mean, this kind of shows a lot. And the timing of this show is going to be very interesting too, especially at the end, because yes, Monica gets flung through, and then you see her, and then when the FBI, the sword agents come through, you see a girl that almost looks exactly like her to the left of like the head FBI agent, and some people say it's her, some say it's not, and then that also brings into question, right? Is there two Monicas? Is this the same one? When does this take place? Because there's rumors that she gets her powers towards the end of the show. And this whole sequence looks like the end, especially when they were filming it. We saw set photos and stuff of sword mobiles, cars and trucks and such. So, I mean, I'm super interested. I can't wait for this. If you have any other questions, of course, let me know. I didn't really want to plan this out just because I have so many thoughts on it. I kind of wanted to get this out, but listen, write in the comment section down below what you think of the trailer. Are you excited? Oh, and one thing to note too, it's coming out in December 2020, confirmed. Now, we did get some evidence today that it might be coming out actually that last week in November. Either way, it's coming. This is going to be the first, well, confirmed as of right now, but I still think Black Widow is going to drop on November 6th or maybe like a week or two earlier. We'll find out really soon, but yeah, other than that, subscribe to the page if you like talking about Marvel, the MCU, comics, and everything in between. I'll have more videos coming out very soon, including Kang, Ant-Man 3, and a whole bunch of other stuff that's come out recently. Can't wait to talk about everything. Glad to be back on the mic. Other than that, I just want to say thank you. I'm another Marvel guy, and I'll catch you on the blip.